We greet you at PÖFF Studio. I'm Edvinas, one of the programmers at Black Nights Film Festival. And in official competition, we have tonight an Albanian film, A Cup of Coffee and New Shoes On. It's a co-production with Greece, Kosovo, and Portugal. And this film adds also glory for our festival because it is Albanian candidate for an Oscar. We also have Latvian candidate, Vietnamese candidate, and even Armenian. So, yeah, so we quite on a high league. And Gentian Koçi, the director, and your film tackles even two disabilities, deafness and blindness. Yeah. And while writing the script, did you had any real-life accident or fact?
No, no, I didn't have. I mean, when I learned about the story, I was in love with the story, so I just write the script as a normal script. No, I didn't know no one before that doesn't hear, but after, when we start the research, we are in touch with a lot of people that doesn't hear, so they help us on the project. But during the script, no, everything it's my fantasy in a way. Yeah.
And Portugal brings co-production with Portugal brings us two tremendous performances by twin brothers.
Thank you.
Rafael and Edgar Morais. And how you were approached by Gentian? Did you have any other experience to act without words?
Not at all. No, not without words. I mean, we've done some projects where there's not a lot of dialogue, but it was never because of a condition that the character had, like in his film. So yeah, it was the first time that we played characters that can't speak.
Yeah. It was frightening, to be honest, the first time we were approached by the story. Also, it's based on a true story that we later found out. And of course, we're touched because we're twins, and the story in itself is very, very sad. But it was frightening because it's, for any actor, I think one of the biggest challenges is to portray disabilities, and two in the same character is wild.
And I heard also that you had to learn special sign language.
Albanian sign language, because it's not universal. Something that I didn't know before I started working on the movie is that sign language is not universal. Each country they're similar, but it's different. And we had over 6 months of classes of sign language. And then, as Gentian said, in Albania we met with a lot of deaf people, blind people. We had the support of the Albanian Center. We actually told Gentian, please, we want someone present at all times on set to make sure that the sign language is correct and to have their support, which is important. Very, very, very important for us.
Because I wanted to be, when we decided to shoot the film in Albanian sign language, because even me, I didn't know before to write the script, and when I finished the script, I didn't know that, I was thinking maybe sign language it's universal, like English, but later I learned that it's not. We have Albanian sign language. Of course, this is my problem because I didn't know before. So me and Brennan Kollari, who is the producer of the film, we decided to shoot the film in Albanian sign language. But this is a big problem because we have the cast from Portugal. We talk with them in English. I direct them in English, but they have to play in Albanian sign language. So this makes our life a bit more difficult. But they learn for 6 months, and I have to thank them and Julia Carwash because they do a very good job on this direction. But not only on that, also in the acting. That for me, it's a great acting. Both of them, yeah.
Gentian, also, let's admit that sound is also a very important protagonist in your film.
Yeah, for me.
And maybe you can tell us about your sound design and your ideas while writing a script, how incorporate the sound in
yeah, I saw the sound as a character in this movie. I like the director who use the music, but me, I don't like so much the music on the film. Not because I don't like the music, I love the music, but because I don't want I'm trying to propose something that I want to cut the artificial language of cinema. It's a big discussion in aesthetic way, but so one of them it's music, in my opinion. And so for this reason, we don't have music, but this makes things more difficult. And also for the sign language person, they produce some noises that bring some. So every noise that you listen on the film, it's wrote on the script. We did a great job with my sound designer, and after that with my sound mixer. So yeah, it's even the sound. It was a challenging to bring in the level that to bring the atmosphere and the people to follow the story and not to leave the story.
There was also the second frightening part. First the conditions, and then to realize the way he wanted to direct it, which is a very raw and bare of artificial music and cuts, and that adds another layer of you have to be there, you have to deliver, because otherwise you will see that it's fake.
No, I told my crew, myself, my actors especially, that you are naked in front of the camera, not naked but naked. I'm not covering nothing, so you should be 100% real, because I use angles that they are both of them in the same. I'm not going to cut the frame, so they should be perfect in the right time, both of them. He's blind, he's going to be blind, so he's going to play the blindness, he's see as a mirror him. So it was not easy to and for this they did a great job. Yeah, I'm right?
Yes.
I'm right?
Okay.
And then that's where a supporting character, female character in a face and a soul of Drita comes. When you were introduced together with Drita from very beginning or not?
She came on board.
She also joined the classes.
It was important for her to, also because her character, she's Gazim's girlfriend, my character, and she's been living with us for a long time. So she's had to adapt to the sign language. So it was important for her to know, how to communicate.
Which also helped the chemistry. We would do also in the off time Zoom meetings, because she was in Chicago at the time. Just drinking wine over Skype, just to create because this triangle, the chemistry between the three characters was essential.
Yeah, for me it was very important that they to have this chemistry together, because they are the three characters, they are very connected with each other. So I wanted this to be a bit before and to see them on the film later. So yes, this was a good thing, I think. Yeah.
And Gentian. Of course, I'm not aware how film was shot. Is it chronological order, or if not, have you ever thought about this
No, it was
method?
not.
No.
It was not. I never shoot chronologically. I would love to do it, but in cinema this is impossible.
I've done it.
But I am okay to start from the last scene and to go to the first scene of the last day, so it's not a problem. But we start with a very strong scene. The film is the scene on the toilet, your scene, and after we go the scene with them both doing the dialogue in front of the window.
Which
very
is later
intense and strong dialogue. So
the first day of shoot, because we had to have a full beard. It was later on in the story,
which obviously made things a little more complicated on the aspect of the progression of the disease for us, where we had to be aware what exact scene and what stage of the progression of the disease we were at.
I was already full blind in that scene, and also the emotional charge because you don't have you haven't played the arc of the characters yet, but we have to jump into that final, which is interesting.
One of the very challenging and difficult things of the movie is also the progress of blindness, to be 100% real.
Did you have something? Used some effects for your eyes or not?
No,
no.
It comes from within. We found that it's hard to explain, but it took a long. That was one of the hardest things for us to explore, and my character starts getting blind sooner. So with me, you see the complete from just a little, because he hides it from Gazim, from a little blurry vision to fully blind, and that was one of the hardest things for me. But it came from. Basically, if you see a lens of a camera kind of like going out of focus, so when I do that, it's like something like this. So I found this trick. We
did a lot of research beforehand, before we started filming. With we had the whole blind set, walking through the streets completely blind. In order to also feel what it is like to not be able to see what's
go for dinner in Tirana with a little piece that full black to practice.
And finishing by research, of course, I wanted to ask you because your film, for me personally, is the most impactful sign language film after Ukrainian, The Tribe.
The Tribe. It's a great
Have
film.
you, all three of you, have you watched it on
The Tribe?
preparation or no?
No, not for the preparation. We actually saw it when it came out because we heard about the movie, and it's indeed a very different movie, but a very good movie.
I saw the film before, years ago, when the film's present in Cannes, but they are real, deaf mute.
That is a different. They're
They are
real.
not
Yeah,
actors.
yeah,
They are
I
real.
know. I met.
So
you.
they are actors, so it's more difficult to be real. So for this, I'm very proud there.
Yeah, yeah.
For them and for me, of course.
Yes, so thank you for sharing
Thank you.
these
Thank you.
sweet and stories. It's a film which gets to you. I just, maybe I'm not supposed to say this, but I will. Yesterday after screening, I started to hear conversations and opinions, and one struck to my heart. But the film director who has a film here also, she said, I started to cry in this screening since first minutes, when firstly a cup of coffee fell down.
Oh,
Wow.
great. I'm very happy. Thank you.
That's
Thank
the goal.
Thank you very much for being with us. It was Albanian Oscar candidate. Let's see what is going to happen in this race in December. I think December 21st is the first date of announcement of top 15 films.
It's a short time, but let's hope, yeah.
I wish you good luck firstly here,
Thank you.
here
Thank you.
in Tallinn, and then in Los Angeles.
Thank
Thank
you
you
very
so
much.
Thank you so much.
We are in PÖFF TV studio. I'm Edvinas, one of the programmers, and thank you for listening us.
Thank you.